Gentlemen over 60, let me ask you something no one else dares to say out loud. When you wake up in the morning, do you notice a silence where there used to be strength? You lie there looking at the ceiling and realize that what once rose naturally, effortlessly, now feels quiet, distant, almost like it belongs to another life. If that's you, I need you to hear this with your whole heart. You are not broken, you are not less of a man, and this is not the end of your vitality. What you're feeling is not your body giving up. It is your body going quiet, waiting for you to send the right signal again. My name is Dr. Laura Bennett. I'm a board-certified urologist, and for more than 15 years, I've sat across from men in their 50 seconds, 60 seconds, 70 seconds, even 80 seconds, who whisper the same fears. Doc, I guess I'm just too old. Maybe this is just how it is now. I feel like that part of me is gone. I want you to know something that most doctors never say clearly, that part of you is not gone. It is disconnected. There is a world of difference between something that is over and something that has simply lost its signal. Morning erections are not just about youth or macho pride. They are a quiet report card from 3 systems inside you. Your brain, which has to feel safe enough to send the signal. Your nerves, which have to carry that message down into your pelvis. And your blood vessels, which have to open and let blood flow in freely. When those 3 are in sync, your body responds automatically. You don't force it. You don't think about it. It just happens. But life wears on that connection. Years of sitting stress that never really leaves shallow breathing, creeping blood pressure or blood sugar, extra weight, certain medications, they all slowly turn down the volume of that signal. It doesn't switch off in one night. It fades until one morning, you wake up and realize it's been quiet for a long time. That quiet is not a verdict, it is a message. It's your body saying, I'm still here. I just need help reconnecting. Imagine a room in your house. The power is still in the walls. The wiring is still intact. The bulb is still screwed in. But if no one has flipped the switch in years, the room stays dark. You wouldn't say the house is ruined. You'd say, I need to touch the right switch. Your body works the same way. The wiring, your nerves and blood vessels is still there. The power is still available. The problem is that the switches have been ignored for too long. In this video, I'm going to show you 2 of those hidden switches inside your own body. One is a quiet point beneath you between your scrotum and your anus, a deep root area that helps control blood flow and nerve messages to your manhood. The other is a powerful line along your inner thigh, a kind of blood highway that, when tight or neglected, slowly steals circulation from your lower body. You will not need pills, devices, or gym membership. You will need gentle pressure, slow breathing, and a few minutes of honest attention to your own body. Before we dive in, I want you to know you are not alone. Scroll down and write where you're watching from. US 68, Canada 72, India 63, Brazil 70. Men from all over the world are sitting with the same quiet question. If this part of me is fading, what does that say about me as a man? My answer from years of listening and watching men reclaim themselves is this: you are still a man. And in many cases, your body can learn to respond again. In the next parts, you and I will walk through why losing morning strength is not just old age, how disconnection, not failure, is the real issue, and how to start sending a new message through your system using those 2 simple pressure points. You are not here for magic. You are here for understanding and a way back to yourself. So I want you to hold on to one new belief as we move forward. My body is not finished. It is waiting for reconnection. Take a slow breath in through your nose, let it out gently through your mouth, and stay with me. Your comeback does not begin in a pharmacy. It begins with understanding your own body and learning how to turn the power back on. In the first part, we talked about those quiet mornings, the ones where you wake up and realize a part of you that used to speak so clearly has gone silent. Now I want to show you why that happens, so you can stop telling yourself I'm finished and start seeing what is really going on inside your body. A strong morning erection is not a random gift of youth. It is a sign that three powerful systems are still holding hands: your brain, your nerves, and your blood vessels. Your brain has to feel safe enough in the night to send a relaxed, confident signal. Your nerves have to carry that signal down your spine into your pelvis. Your blood vessels have to open so that warm, oxygen-rich blood can flow in and stay there. When those three are connected, your body responds automatically. You do not think, you do not try. You simply wake up and know, I am alive. I am a man. But life has a way of loosening that grip. Years of sitting on hard chairs, hours in the car, long days of stress that never really leave your shoulders or your jaw. Your breathing climbs higher into your chest. Blood pressure and blood sugar slowly rise. Extra weight gathers around your middle. Pills for your heart, your mood, your sleep quietly touch your circulation. None of this makes you weak or guilty. It just means your system has been under pressure for a very long time. And under that pressure, the conversation between brain nerves and blood vessels starts to fade. The signal doesn't turn off like a switch. It fades like a radio station drifting out of range. At first, the music is still there, just softer. Then there's more static than sound. One day you wake up and all you hear is silence. Most men look at that silence and say, "Well, I'm old." That's it. But in many cases, that's not the truth. The station is still broadcasting. The wires are still in the walls. Your body is not broken, it is out of tune. I think of a man I'll call Michael, 70 years old, who sat in my office twisting his wedding ring. He wouldn't look up when he said, "Doc, my wife thinks I'm not attracted to her." The truth is, I'm ashamed. I feel like my body has quietly retired and forgot to tell me. His heart was working. His labs were not perfect, but not hopeless. What struck me most was how his body held itself: hips, locked pelvis, tense inner thighs, rigid as if he had been bracing for bad news for years. I told him, "Michael, this doesn't look like a body that is done. It looks like a body that has forgotten how to let blood in where it matters." That is what I want you to begin seeing in yourself. Not failure, not punishment, disconnection. And disconnection can change. Blood vessels can become more responsive. Nerves can wake up. Even in your 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and 80 seconds, your body can respond to the right signals. You are not trying to be 25 again. You are inviting a 70-year-old body to remember that it still knows how to be alive. So I want to ask you gently and honestly, how many hours a day do you spend sitting, pressing down on the very structures that feed your manhood? When was the last time you breathed slowly into your belly and actually felt your lower body, instead of ignoring it? How often do you pay attention to your hips, your pelvis, your inner thighs? Not with criticism, but with curiosity. For most men, the answer is almost never. No one taught you that your pelvis is not just private, it is powerful. It is not something to be ignored until it stops working. It is something that stays alive when it is moved, touched, and supplied with blood. Here is the new truth. I want you to hold your age is not the enemy. Disconnection is. And disconnection can be repaired one breath, one touch, 1 minute at a time. In the next part of this video, I'm going to take you to two very specific places on your body: your deep root beneath you and the hidden pathway along your inner thigh. I will show you how gentle pressure and calm breathing in these exact spots can begin to tune the station back in. You are not forcing your body to perform. You are inviting it to reconnect. So when you think about those quiet mornings from now on, don't say, "I'm finished." Say, "My system is out of practice and I'm learning to wake it up." Stay with me. In the next section, we'll start with the first hidden switch, the root beneath you, and I'll guide you step by step through how to wake it gently, safely, and respectfully so your body can start answering you again. Now that you understand your quiet mornings are more about disconnection than being finished, let me show you where we actually begin to reconnect. We start quite literally at your foundation, the deep root beneath you. Right now, whether you're sitting on a chair on the edge of your bed or on the couch, there is a small zone between your scrotum and your anus that carries far more importance than most men ever realize. Medical books call it the perineum. In Eastern traditions, it's often described as the root of life. I like to think of it as your first quiet switch, a hidden valve that helps control how blood and nerve signals flow into your manhood. Under that small stretch of skin lives a powerful system. There is a muscle called the bulbospongiosus, which acts like a gentle pump, helping push blood into the erectile tissue. There is also a nerve called the pudendal nerve, which carries messages from your brain down into the pelvis, messages of arousal, warmth, contraction, release. When this root area is awake, relaxed, and well supplied with blood, it supports the entire lower system. When it's ignored, clenched, or numbed out for years by sitting and stress, the messages fade. The switch is still on the wall. It's just covered in dust. I want you to experience for yourself how powerful this small area can be, using nothing more than a folded towel and your breath. Imagine it's morning before you pick up your phone, before you scroll, before you rush into the day. You sit on the edge of your bed with both feet on the floor. Take a small towel, roll it into a soft cylinder, and place it lengthwise on the chair or mattress. Then gently lower yourself so that the rolled towel is directly under that space between your scrotum and your anus. Not on your tailbone, not on your testicles, right in the middle. As you sit, make a few small adjustments until the pressure feels even and gentle, not sharp or painful. Your spine is upright but not rigid. Your shoulders soften and drop away from your ears. Your hands can rest on your thighs. Now close your eyes if you feel comfortable doing so, and breathe slowly in through your nose. Let your belly rise as the air comes in, then sink back toward your spine as you breathe out. No squeezing, no forcing, just letting your body rest over that point. At first, you might feel nothing at all, and that's okay. After a minute or two, you may begin to notice a faint warmth, a light tingling, or a subtle pulse beneath you. That is not your imagination. That is blood moving into an area that has been quiet for a very long time. That is your nervous system realizing, oh, we're paying attention here again. One of my patients, I'll call him James, was 69 when we first tried this together. He had been a construction foreman for decades, standing or sitting on hard surfaces, clenching his body against pain and cold. He used to joke, "Doc, it's like the lights went out down there years ago." The first time he sat on the rolled towel, he lasted about 30 seconds before saying, "I don't feel anything. This is pointless." I asked him to stay just one more minute and focus only on his breath. The second minute his jaw unclenched, his shoulders dropped, and he suddenly said very quietly, "Wait, I feel something, like a tiny heartbeat." For him, that tiny heartbeat was the beginning of everything. It was not a miracle. It was a message the wiring is still alive. You might be wondering, can something this simple really matter? Research from major centers like the Mayo Clinic and the Cleveland Clinic has looked at gentle pelvic floor activation and relaxation, not extreme squeezing, but subtle engagement and awareness, and found that it can improve blood flow and help maintain the health of erectile tissue over time. You do not need to remember the study names. Just know this: when you bring blood and awareness back to your root, you're not doing something mystical. You're doing something biological. The most important rule here is gentleness. This is not a gym exercise. You're not trying to crush the muscle or clench as hard as you can. In fact, many men are already clenching without realizing it. What we are practicing is the opposite, allowing this root area to soften and receive. Stillness brings awareness. Awareness brings connection. Connection brings response. Once you've spent 2 to 3 minutes waking up that root switch, we move to the second key, what I call the highway beside you. If the perineum is your valve, the inner thigh is your main road. On the inside of your upper leg, right where your thigh meets your lower abdomen, lies a powerful pathway of blood vessels and nerves, the femoral artery, the femoral vein, and the femoral nerve. The artery carries blood down to your legs and back up again. The nerve helps control sensation and movement. When this area becomes tight or compressed, as it often does, after years of sitting, driving, or slouching, circulation slows, signals weaken, and both your legs and your pelvis can feel colder, heavier, less alive. Let me walk you through how to explore this area safely. Sit or lie down in a comfortable position. If you're on a bed, you can recline with your head supported and your knees slightly bent. If you're in a chair, place one foot a little farther out so that your knee opens gently. Now take the fingers of one hand and place them on the inner side of your thigh close to that crease where your leg meets your groin. Slide your fingertips along that line, moving slowly, as if you're tracing the edge of a pocket. As you move, press lightly, no more than what you'd use to check a ripe peach at the market. You're not digging deep. You're listening with your fingers. There may be spots that feel a bit tender, stiff, or strangely dull. Those pockets of tightness are like traffic jams on your blood highway. They are telling you something hasn't moved freely here in a while. When you find a spot that feels tight but not sharply painful, pause there. Relax your shoulders. Soften your jaw. Take a slow breath in through your nose, and as you breathe out, imagine warm water flowing from your chest, down your belly, through your hand, and into that area. Hold the gentle pressure for a few breaths, then slowly move your fingers a little higher or lower along that line. You can do this for 1 to 2 minutes on each side. One of my patients, Samuel, 67, had spent more than 40 years driving trucks across the country. His thighs were strong, but his inner legs were like concrete. He told me, "Doc, my thighs are just for walking. They have nothing to do with what happens down there." I smiled and said, "Give me 2 weeks and let your body tell you the truth." He agreed to spend 5 minutes every morning combining the root practice on the towel with this inner thigh tracing. The first week, he reported only one change. "It's funny, but my legs feel warmer when I get out of bed." The second week, his message changed. "I don't know how to explain it, but I woke up and felt more there. Not like when I was 20, but like something came back online." That is what this highway work does. By softening the tight fascia and muscles along the inner thigh, you are literally opening space for the femoral artery and nerve to move more freely. You are asking your body to send more warm, oxygen-rich blood not only to your legs, but also to the delicate network of vessels that branch toward your pelvis. When you add slow, deep breathing, which naturally increases a compound called nitric oxide, your body's own vessel relaxer, you amplify that effect. You don't need to press hard. You don't need to bruise yourself. In fact, if you feel pain, you are doing too much. Think of it less like a deep tissue massage and more like knocking gently on a door that has been closed for years. You are saying, "Hey, are you still home?" And over days and weeks, that door begins to open. When you combine these two practices, sitting on the soft rolled towel to wake the root and tracing the inner thigh to open the highway, you are not playing with tricks. You are restoring communication. You are reminding your heart, your brain, your nerves, and your manhood that they are still a team. You may not feel fireworks in the first few days. What you are looking for at the beginning is very simple. A little more warmth, a gentle pulse, a sense of softness, where there used to be numbness or tension. Those tiny shifts are the first language of reconnection. They are your body's way of saying, "I remember." In the next part of this journey, I want to move beyond the physical switches and talk about something just as important: what happens in your heart and your identity when these signals start to come back. Because for most men, this is not only about blood flow, it's about dignity, intimacy, and the quiet question, "Am I still the man I thought I was?" Stay with me. You've just learned how to touch the root beneath you and the highway beside you. Next, we'll talk about how these small daily actions can begin to change not just your mornings, but the way you feel in your own skin. When you start practicing these two switches, the root beneath you and the highway along your inner thigh, the first changes are small. A little more warmth, a faint pulse. Your lower body feels a bit less numb, a bit more there. But very quickly, the real shift moves deeper than blood and muscle. It begins to touch how you see yourself as a man. Most men who come to me are not just worried about their body. They're worried about what their body seems to say about their worth. They carry silent thoughts like, "If I cannot respond, maybe I'm not the man I used to be." On the outside, life looks normal. On the inside, there is shame, distance, and a quiet grief for the man they remember being. One of my patients, I'll call him Robert, 6'7", told me. My wife thinks I've stopped loving her. The truth is, I'm scared of failing, so I avoid her. His heart was working, his labs weren't perfect, but not hopeless. What I saw most clearly was tension, hips locked, pelvis pulled back, as if his whole body was bracing for disappointment. I told him, "This doesn't look like a body that is finished. It looks like a body that has forgotten how to let blood in where it matters." We started simple 5 minutes on the rolled towel under his root. A few minutes tracing his inner thigh, slow breathing, no pressure to perform. At first he felt ridiculous. "I've spent my life building things," he said. "Now I'm sitting on a towel hoping my body listens." I told him, "You've built for everyone else. This is you rebuilding for yourself." He kept going. About 2 weeks later, he came back with a different look in his eyes. I woke up and felt warmth I haven't felt in years. Not like I'm 25 again, but like my body is meeting me halfway. That is the moment I see in so many men, the moment they stop seeing their body as an enemy and start seeing it as a partner that's been waiting for attention. Science quietly supports this. When pelvic circulation improves, you are not just sending blood to one organ. You're improving oxygen and signaling across the whole system, nerves, hormones, even mood. Many men report better sleep, calmer days, and a softer, steadier energy as they continue. The physical reconnection and the emotional reconnection grow together. I often ask my patients to imagine their vitality like a river. When you were young, it rushed strong and loud. Over the years, stress, sitting tension, shame, like branches and stones, clogged the flow. The river never disappeared, it just slowed. These practices with your root and inner thigh are not building a new river. They are slowly clearing the path so the water can move again. One day after a few weeks, Robert told me, "I don't just feel stronger, I feel grateful. Grateful that my body still responds when I care for it. Grateful I didn't give up." His wife later told him, "You're more present. You look at me differently." That's when you know this work is about much more than erections. It's about dignity, intimacy, and coming back to yourself. I want you to understand wanting your body to respond again is not vanity. It's respect for your life, your relationships, and the years you still have ahead. You're not trying to go back to 25. You're learning how to be fully alive at 6, 0, 7, 0, or 80. So as you keep practicing these two switches, pay attention not only to what happens in the morning, but to how you feel in your own skin. Do you stand a little taller, breathe a little deeper? Look your partner in the eye a little longer. Those are all signs that reconnection is happening inside and out. In the next part, we'll take everything you've learned and turn it into a simple daily routine, less than 10 minutes a day, to keep these pathways open and protect your circulation and confidence for years to come. You don't need perfection. You just need to keep showing up for your own body. Stay with me. You've already taken the hardest step. You stopped believing you are broken. Now we'll turn that new understanding into a habit your body can rely on. Now that you know your two main switches, the root beneath you and the highway along your inner thigh, it is time to turn all of this into something simple you can actually do every day. Each morning before you touch your phone, sit on the edge of your bed with both feet on the floor. Place a small rolled towel or soft cushion under that space between your scrotum and your anus, so your root rests gently on it. Sit tall but relaxed. Close your eyes and take 5, 10 slow breaths through your nose, letting your belly rise and fall. You are not forcing anything. You are simply letting your weight sink into that quiet point and reminding your body this place matters. Then move one hand to your inner thigh along the crease where your leg meets your lower belly. Trace that line with light pressure, pausing on any tight or slightly tender spots, breathing slowly as you do. Spend about 1 to 2 minutes on each thigh. When you finish, stand up, drink a glass of warm water, and take a few slow steps around the room. That is your morning circuit, 5 to 7 minutes to wake the root and open the highway. At night, you can do a softer version. Lie down, place a hand over your lower belly, breathe into that space, and let your pelvis and inner thighs relax into the bed. You are teaching your nervous system that safety and softness are also part of strength. This helps your body repair, and it prepares those pathways to respond better the next morning. You may be wondering, when will I feel something? For many men, the first signs are subtle and appear within 1 to 2 weeks. A bit more warmth, a light pulse, a sense of being more connected down there. Over time, a few weeks, a month, those small signals can grow into stronger morning energy and a quieter, deeper confidence in your own body. You are not chasing a miracle night. You are building a new habit of connection. So here is my challenge for you. For the next 7 days, give yourself just 5 quiet minutes each morning. Sit on your root, breathe, trace your inner thigh, and notice what changes, even if it is only 1%. After a week, come back and comment your age, your country, and the smallest improvement you felt. Your story might be the exact encouragement another man needs. If you found this video valuable, hit the like button and subscribe to Men Over 60 Vitality, where science meets strength after 60. And remember, age doesn't define you, your habits do. See you in the next episode. Stay strong, stay present, stay vital. This video is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Every man's body is unique. If you feel pain, numbness, or sudden changes, please talk with your own healthcare provider. Your health deserves professional guidance. I'm Dr. Laura Bennett. Thank you for trusting me with this part of your journey.